What's up? Got a Kizer here. Kizer. Box is kind of muddy. Kind of coming apart. But it's a Matanzas. About a 3.5 inch blade. S35 VM. Titanium on the handle. And I have done a full review on one of these before. And I actually purged that piece. That one, I bought this one on the secondary market. The other one had micarta. This one's carbon fiber. Yeah, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this knife, but I am up to something. So, I'm going to, yeah, I got pieces and parts going to go back in here. So, let me, I'm going to just put it this way. Man, am I fumbling around here or what? Like, none of it makes sense to y'all. You're like, bro, what are you doing? I'm going to disassemble this piece real quick. And this and a couple other knives are going to go in the tumbler. We're going to do like a before and after. So if you look, and the seller tried to explain this. I think it's been sharpened. Let's check that real quick. Because we're about to mess all that up. I mean, it's not great, so no worries. But this, I'm going to try to illustrate it, but this has been stropped. And there's a ghost effect up on the stonewash around the edges. Let me see. Maybe if I zoom in. Yeah, that's better for sure. See if we can see that ghost. It's really apparent on this side. Do you see the difference? I mean, that's kind of showing it. You can see the difference up on the stonewash, especially when you get to the curves, because that's where, when they're doing that, it would really fall out. There you can see it. So you've got the beveled edge, but then it's shiny up above it. Well, then this is the type of carbon fiber that's been polished. And then this side of the scale has been polished. I don't know why, but I'm not a fan of any of that. This side has got a stonewash finish on it. It's kind of a flat finish. But then this side was polished with the micarta, or the carbon fiber. So we're going to tumble it all. I'm going to tumble the carbon fiber. I'm going to tumble the blade. I'm going to tumble all of it. So the pivot's not captured on this, which is not a problem. We're not scared of that yet. There it comes. It's coming apart really easy. I'm not sure which side the barrel's in from. Yeah, it's backwards. We'll see if we can fix that when we put it back together. I think P6s on everything else. Looks like 2 screws should hold the scales down. The pocket clip should come off because I don't want to tumble the hardware. I don't want to tumble the screws. And this Matanzas, it's got this interesting little spacers offset on the pocket clip. Oh, I wonder if y'all could see any of that. I just looked at the camera and we are super zoom. There we go. Oh, come on, man. Ta-da. All right. Yeah, it's got these odd little spacers, standoff things for the pocket clip. I'm going to look at the pocket clip real quick and decide whether we want to tumble it. I don't remember seeing anything on it, so I think it's solid. Yeah, there's no need to tumble the pocket clip, so that'll go into the box along with these pieces and parts. This should come apart now. Let's do that. Yeah, I've got a couple of pieces that I want to tumble, and they may be part of the tumble reveal. I'm not sure. Not sure how I want to do that video. Yeah, so I can flip this around and we'll put it in correct when we put it back together. There we go. Oh, yeah, there wasn't any lubrication in here, really. It's got a little steel insert, a little washer. And I do think I want these to come. Yep, no worries there. Come on, man. We're almost batting 1,000. Yeah, buddy. I want this collar out of there. I wonder if I can get in behind it. Maybe right there. Let's see. Yep. Yeah, it was just poking over the one edge. I don't want the carbon fiber necessarily to come out. If it does, that's cool. But yeah, it's not going to come out because I'm going to tumble the whole thing. I'm going to tumble that carbon fiber. It is as slick as glass, maybe even slicker. I don't know, because glass, yeah. And then we're going to tumble this blade. Now, is it going to affect the etching on the blade? Yeah, probably. We'll see. I don't know. I can't think of if I have an example of that, so I don't know. I'm going to pull that metal insert because I don't need that hardware or the metal insert to get tumbled. So we'll get that out of there. Okay, so yeah, that's getting tumbled. This is going to go in a box, and man, we'll come back. We'll see what the results are. But the before, let me pause here. Okay, so here's the before. Let's get a good look here. Get this shiny and really smooth texture there. And then this side is all, this is all bead blasted. And so I wouldn't expect a lot of change on this. This is going to probably look about the same, but it'll probably be a little smoother. This I don't expect a lot of change to, but I'm hoping to affect this edge. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if it affects the etching as well. And I may be sacrificing it. We'll see. All right. Well, when we come back, this will have all been tumbled. Now, on my side, days or weeks, I can't really say, but it's going to be a minute. But when we come back, all of this, I'll line these up exactly the same way, and we'll get a good look at them. All right. And like that, we're back. And we're back. Yeah. I think I have a pocket clip for this too. No, that ain't it. Let's see. Okay, we didn't do the pocket clip. So, absolutely let this tumble for about 8 hours. And it turned out amazing. Yeah, so it's got a wonderful, obviously a tumbled finish, right? Like that's what it's called. It's got a wonderful tumbled finish on this side. There was a few tiny little marks on this side of the scales, but it just absolutely stunning, the finish that's on there. This side was, the micarta was very shiny and very smooth, and it almost looked like it had some wear spots in it. And now it's very uniform. And it's got a little bit of bite. It's not as smooth as glass. And then, if you remember, this uh, this box around the carbon fiber was very polished and shiny, and now it's got the same flat bead finish that the back has. Yep, wonderful. Yep, and so then the blade turned out amazing. Now I will tell you that the logos, the etchings are much lighter, 100%. But man, this satin finish that came out on this blade, this tumbled finish. So it did a couple of things. One is it got rid of this shadow that was up on the finish. Oh, pardon me. Yeah, it's completely gone. So it tumbled that edge, and now it has a uniform um, tumbled surface all the way around it. And what a beautiful satin finish that it has. It almost reminds me of the pearl essence finish that some of the knife manufacturers are putting on their edges. And so I don't know if I've got an inside track on how they're doing that, because this looks like that. And man, does it look nice. And yeah, that ghost effect that was there from somebody stropping it is completely gone. Now, the downside, and I didn't know, but the etchings are definitely lighter on the blade, which makes sense. I mean, it rolled in medium for 8 hours or more. Yeah, so it definitely made a difference. But here's all the hardware. Let's put this thing back together. Yeah, transformed it. Different knife now. This isn't the only one I did. I did like 3 knives, and I said this on one of the other ones. I'll probably say it on all three, but I didn't clean the hardware when I took it off. I just packaged it up and moved on. And that's not normally what I would do. Normally I would clean it all up, so that I didn't have to do it when I reassembled. The other thing is it's kind of one of those things, you lose track of what you've done and what you didn't do. And so normally I would have done it all. I would have cleaned it and then put it away, so that at this point we would just pull it all out and put the knife together. But I didn't. So we're gonna clean it all up now. No worries. Yeah, the finish on that blade, I wasn't sure how that was going to turn out, but it turned out so nice that I think there's a future for tumbling blades. Because man, I really like. It reminds me of that pearlescent finish, and I'm trying to think of what knife I had that had that. Um, if it was one or a couple, I don't know. Can't bring it to the front of my brain. All right, I think we're clean here. And then, yeah, this pocket clip didn't show any signs of wear. It was just that blade, and I think there was a couple of tiny little marks, but then this side with the carbon fiber, it just looked like a mirror. It was highly polished, and then these edges were highly, the shadow box was highly polished. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to tumble the whole thing, and we'll see once I hardware it up if I'm still glad that I did it. Because, of course, that'll be the test, right? Is what does it look like? Yeah, that already looks better in there. All right. Yeah, I do like my tumbler. And I don't think about it all the time, but I do like coming up with projects to use it for. And man, I'm just telling you, I think I'm going to be really happy with the end result. Would I say that I've customized this knife? And, I have not restored this back to new condition. 100%. I have customized this blade, these scales. Yeah, so if I was ever to move this piece, I would acknowledge that, it's been customized and modified in some way. Um, am I prepared to say that the knife's been improved? I mean, I'm prepared to say it. We'll see if I will say it when we're all done. I've got a couple of barrel spacers. There we go. Internal stop pins. Yeah, I'm going to have to get some help from the other side, I believe. Yep. So, because of that, I'm definitely going to put one of these back screws in. I think they're all the same size. The two long ones are for the pocket clip. So, let's get one of these in. There we go. And then I'm going to flip it and get that same one in the other side. This top one. Factory Loctite on all the screws. Okay, so we're locked down on the back here now. Both of those are tight. Let's check this action. Well, I can't check it because we're really loose here. Yep, lots of play. So let's get an assist. And run this down. There we go. I think I'm too tight. I mean, I think the knife feels way more refined. Yeah, I mean, just smoother edges and, it just feels that way. And of course, it's not surprising considering that, I just tumbled it in ceramic media for 8 hours. And so that stuff's going to work on every rough edge and really work to, knock everything down and refine it. There we go. Okay. Come on, man. All right, let's get this pocket clip on. It's an interesting little piece, right? Got these little spacers in here, like so. And I think I'm going to put a little tension on that clip. See how it goes here. See if I can nip. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I manipulated that pretty good right there. I think I'm going to leave this down on the table. Like so. Yeah. Yeah. You dirty rat. Oh yeah. And it's creating a bunch of tension here. Ooh, a lot. Might have went too far with that. All right, I think we're all buttoned up. Let me see how free that blade is. Oh yeah, super free. There is a ton of tension on this frame lock. It's not locking up very much, but man, there's a bunch of tension on it. Let's check it. Yeah, it's good to go. I think I'll leave it be. All right, well let's get all this out of the way, and let's wrap up on this piece. Let's talk about this action. The flipper tabs, it's an interesting flipper tab. It's definitely designed to be minimalistic, flatter. It's falling away from the finger. The jimping is not uber sharp. It's sharp, but not crazy sharp. It does function okay. It does provide a positive liftoff. And even when I grab the lock bar here, which is the comfortable natural land spot for my fingers here, all three of those kind of line up on there. I could still flip it pretty easy. Not a big deal. Basically, drop shut. Just got to kind of barely coax it. Very hydraulic. I think I can definitely fail it. Let's try that one more time. Nope. Yeah, that thing ran out well. One more time. Yeah, I can fail it. But it's pretty awesome. A minus. Let's talk ergonomics. Yeah, really nice grip here. Not so confident, very confident. I mean, I'm going to come up short. It's got a finger guard that's kind of built in by this cutaway here, but it's if it was just an eighth of an inch more, I would definitely hit it with a confident grip. But it's pretty good. What about a reverse grip? Yeah, that's money. Very locked in, very comfortable, able to cap that with my thumb there. Wonderful. And my favorite Pakal style type grip, blade backwards, reverse grip. Pretty nice. I can cap it. It's not perfect like this, but I definitely can do it. And it is a very strong grip from right here. Very powerful. Yep, uptight here like so. Yep, I like it. I like it a lot. What about the pocket clip? Let's see how that runs. And I may have to sharpen this knife. It tumbled, man. That blade tumbled. Yeah, pretty cool. Fancy schmancy. He's got these spacers that offset that clip from the scale. Pretty nice. Wonderful tension in there. Of course, I added some tension to it, a fair piece of tension. Standard jean size material. It's still really grippy here. I like it. It's going to retain the knife. Put it in pocket. I would expect it to be here when I reach for it. These screws allow a nice little finger hold to grab onto. Pretty slick. Safety. Wonder if there's any exposed blade edge. none through the back of the scales, and the tip is recessed below the scales as well. So clip's awesome, tip's good. I can handle this knife any way I want without catching that sharp part. Now, the question is it sharp? I don't see how it could be. I'll be honest. How could it be sharp after tumbling in that ceramic media? Yeah, it's not sharp at all. So I'm going to hit it with an edge real quick. All right, the video is going to get a little long, but it's been a minute since I did edges. So here's my belt sharpener, and I've got a small array of finer grit belts that I'm hoping I can get through this blade with these belts. I've got my 3M Trizac belts that start out, I think that's a 600 grit. But we're going to start with that, and so here I go. I'm going to pause in and out, but I'll try to show the process. A little too fast, and we're on the second speed setting here, 1, 2, and so here's what I want to do with this first belt. I just want to see how close we are to that factory edge. If we're not close, then I'm going to have to go to a stiffer belt or in a lower grit belt. So I don't feel a burr there. I'm not sure that I needed, or that I found out what I needed to find out there. So we're going to take another pass. And I am laying this back pretty good at 15 degrees on this machine. Yeah, and so I don't have a burr, so rather than, I mean, it was only 2 passes, but rather than continue down that road, I'm going to get a thicker grit. Okay, so I've got my gritty belts here. This is an 80, 100, 65, 45, 22, and so I'm starting at that 80. We're going to get our burr up and run through these real quick. Yeah, look at how it laid that back. Ooh, is that pretty? See if I feel a burr. Nope, not yet. I mean, we're 100% reprofiling now, because it's chewing material for sure. Beautiful, consistent bevel from the back all the way to the tip. Came around that corner, maintained our width. And this is a convex edge that we're putting on here as well. Starting to get a burr, only at the very tip right there. So we're going to go take another pass here. Yeah, we've got a burr out here, from here to here. There's a burr, but not here in the flat yet. Beautiful. Yep, looks good. Yeah, so we got a burr all the way to here now. Alright, let's go again. Get that burr up. Yeah, buddy. Burridge. Yeah, we're going to make a few passes on this side now. Well, let's see. Yeah, that burr's, except for right there, that burr's been transferred to that other side now. I want to see where our tip is, and we're going to have to take a few more passes here. We took quite a bit of material off from that other direction, and so we definitely want our blade to get recentered, or our bevel. Yeah, that helped a bunch. Very consistent bevel on this side. Beautiful. Alright, well, I'm going to do one pass on either side just to clean it up. Nice, even run. There we go. Alright, belt change. So, if I stayed with the progression, then the next one would be this 100, but I'm actually going to jump to the 65. I can clean this edge up by going about every other belt here. And FYI, these belts, these are the stiff belt kit that come with Worksharp. You can order these from Worksharp. All right, I'm going to make a few passes here, and then I'm going to go through these. I'm going to get down to this belt here, and when I pick up over here, I'll cut back in. Hey, I did want to say, I did the other side. I'm doing this side now. Listen to the difference. Yeah, that's a 65 grit belt. It's 2 grits down from that 80. There we go. Next. All right, now I'll be right back. Okay, so we went through all of these rough belts. We've got a finish here that's actually starting to really kind of shine up, look pretty solid, and looking pretty good. We're going to pick up the speed a little bit and make a couple of passes. All right, let's jump to our last 3M Trizac belt. Oh, be grabbing that sharp edge. Coming along. Alright, there's the Trizac belts. And so now we're down to some pretty fine stuff. We've got 3,000, a 6,000, and then a 12,000. So let's hit that 3,000. And of course, this 3,000, it's going to show itself right away. Let's take a close look at this blade, and then we'll see what we look like there. So as you can see, that's starting to shine up pretty nice. And I haven't hit it for a burr, but my guess is it's pretty darn sticky already. And I'm going to pick up the pace one more time. So now that thing's really humming, man. But we're just polishing at this point. Yeah, buddy. Just taking the tiniest little scratches out of that blade surface now. And we'll go to, come on, man. Go to the 6,000. It's the purple belt. Yeah. And last but not least, let's clean it up on the 12,000. And then we'll grab a piece of paper and see what we did. All right, well, let's see. Where are we at? Yeah, stupid. And let's get a really good look at this edge. Pretty consistent all the way across there. It's got a wonderful shine on it. Beautiful tip. No deformities there. I am going to hit it right here on this strop. Let's see what we got. Yeah, it's crazy, stupid sharp. Razor blade stuff. Yeah, buddy. All right. And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful edge for a beautiful knife. So let me put all this away. Okay. Kizer Matanzas. So it's been an interesting video or journey, I guess maybe. Um, got tumbling and snail trails and ghosts on the blade and the carbon fibers a little too polished, and then of course we need to put an edge on it. Now we've got a beautiful polished edge on there, just gorgeous. Yeah, so pretty cool. Um, yeah, Kizer Matanzas. To me, it's an example of a little work, a little fun. This beaded finish, this tumbled finish on this blade. Oh my goodness, does that look good? And the only detrimental side effect from all of that was the badging, the etching is not as prominent as it once was. You can still read it, you can still see it in there, both sides. I'm not sure that I don't like it more, a little more subdued. Anyways, Matanzas, tumbled, sharpened, mirror, the whole thing, man. Appreciate y'all hanging for the ride. Yeah.